Hello, everyone. Where's my camera? It's Birdie here, the recycled hippie chick. Oh my gosh. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been on, but I saw I'm a part of a board. What's the name of the board? On Facebook. Something about maybe journaling with nothing or junk journaling. I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, I saw this guy on there. His name's Alexander. And he said, not a lot of supplies here. What can I do? I'm like, oh, dude, I'm all over it. So I told him I was going to make a video to give him some ideas on what you can do with nothing. So this video is going to be everything I'm going to use is absolutely nothing. So I'm going to be giving ideas on if you do not have a stitch of anything, how you can pull this off. So here we go. Alexander, this is for you, my friend. We are going to build a junk journal, okay? First thing we're going to do is build it. And if you want me to go on and decorate it, Alexander, afterwards to show you how ideas to decorate the junk journal, I will do another video on that. But I'm pretty sure this one's going to be, we're just going to be able to, as much as I gab, we're just going to be able to build it. So if you have a cardboard box, rip it up. Rip it up. Leave the raw edges if you like. You're going to have to decide what kind of a junk journal you'll be. And you won't know till you just get in there and start doing it. If you're a very straight, precise, tidy person, cut it up the way you want. I am a grungy girl, so I like to rip it up. I like to tear the paper off. The outside of this one, I decided I would cover, although we may just rip off some of this. You'll decide as you start going what kind of a junk journaler you are. So all I can say is just get your feet in the water and go, and you'll figure it out along the way. So I have ripped a strip. I have made a little spine here, and I have made another little spine over here with a closure. You don't have to have a closure. You can have just a book like this. You could use a cereal box. You will see everything in a whole new light when you start doing this. Everything will become an art supply to you. But for today, we're going to do this. I made my journal cover first to give us an idea of what size we want our pages. I've got some kids' pages here. Now, they make these fancy rulers, Alexander. They're called tear rulers. I didn't have one. So I like the look of that teared edge. If you just tear your paper, if you want to cut it, fine. I just do this because it's quicker. If you want it to look ripped like this along the edge, I just took a file and I just roughed mine up myself so that when I go in and tear with it, it looks torn. So I've made my own art supply, okay? So this will this fit in our book? No. I want it to be the size of this cover. Yes, it will, but not very well once I close it. Yeah, we're going to try it. So we're going to use this. Everything, all of our pages must be this size or smaller. So what I'm going to do is cut up a bunch of pages. You'll see. You make them however you want. Pick out what picture you want on it, or you could completely art over the top of this. Now, this is not a page yet, because your pages you want to hinge like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some masking tape, and I'm just going to tape these together. Now, well, I'll do the other side different, just so that you can have an idea of both sides. Scrap material. Don't go buy material at a you know, material store. If you have an old, well, first of all, you do need to buy decent masking tape. When it becomes 30 years old, it's time to get new tape. If you have a shirt in your closet and you like the material on it and you don't wear that shirt anymore, pull it out, cut it up, and use that material. Oh my gosh. If that doesn't work, pitch it and go on to your medical tape if you have some. Medical tape in your medicine cabinet and you're not using it because you never injure yourself, pull it out. Use it as an art supply. Get that shirt out of the cupboard, out of the closet that you don't like anymore. But you like the print. Turn it into an art supply. Are you a tidy person? Then cut it. If you're not a tidy person, rip it. I'm not a tidy person. Ugh, I'm going to have to cut it because this does not have a rippage. Oh my goodness sake. Have you guys ever... This is going in the trash. Be patient with me. I'll be right... Okay, here we are. This is an old tea towel that I kept wiping my painty hands and my painty brushes on. I'm just going to use that, and I think it's adorable. Look at those colors. They match perfectly. Okay, now let's get into the glue department. If you don't have any glue, just a minute. Okay, if you don't have any glue, if you've got school glue, or kids at your house and they've got their glue, use it. If they left their glue stick there at your house, use it. I am going to just use a glue stick today. Sometimes you'll see, well, maybe glue stick doesn't work very good on material. That's fine. Then you just use your school glue if you want to. Then when you start getting into this and you go, oh my gosh, I love junk journaling. This is something I want to do. Then run out and get you a glue that you like. Tacky glue, art glitter glue. You'll just start experimenting with glues and find one that you really like. I'm a trashy girl, so I just use whatever I get in a box at a garage sale or, you know, whatever. Okay, page number 1 is done. Let's go ahead and poke a hole. Oh my gosh, I cannot use my, you know, utensil, art utensil. So let's poke our hole with an ice pick. Or anything you can poke a hole with. The pointy part of your scissors if you want. I'm just poking 2 holes so when we're all done, we can take some twine or whatever you have, string, anything, ribbon, and we're going to put it all together with that. Okay? I just have to calm down because I am so excited. Alexander, I hope you watch this or I'm going to be distraught. Birthday card. Put it in there. Canceled checks from 1972. Put them in there. They don't have to be the same size. Look here. That can be a tiny little page in there. Or I could glue these 2 together. And we could make a little bigger page if we want to. My goodness. This lady went to Safeway, which is a grocery store. She probably bought, I don't know how much, but here's another one for Safeway. That's probably a week's worth of groceries. $44.49. Okay, let's make this a page. let's take part of her statement and let's make it a page. Save all your scraps because you can turn those into tags or pockets or anything else you want. A page from us inside of a book. This is a dictionary page. I just took watercolor. Well, let's just do one real quick. Let me just show you how I did this. Whoops, I'm probably going to bounce you. I'm just going to take a piece of wax paper or deli paper or whatever you have. Let's use this and color this. It's out of a music sheet book. Let's see here. Let's get some water and some, Dollar Tree watercolors. Let's just put it all over our paper here. Just get some different colors. Put them on your wax paper or whatever you want to use, plastic wrap. Or you could just paint it right on the page if you want. I just like this look of squishing it on. Okay, like this. Okay, let me just tell you that junk journaling is all about what makes you happy. Not what do you think somebody else is going to think of it. Not trying to please anybody else. Nobody even has to see your junk journal. It can be just for you. Look at this. Isn't this adorable? See these colors? There's our page. That's all you have to do. This one here was on a, what do you call it? Dictionary page. So we'll put that in there. We'll put those in there. You just decide how many pages you want. Sky's the limit. You'll find when you do it that you'll see how fat you like your signatures. I only like about 7 pages in a signature, since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's our first there's our first signature. For me, if you like more in a signature, you just go for it. It's all about what you're going to like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pages and I'm going to mark where my little holes are that I punched. Okay? Make sure everything's lined up and nothing's upside down and everything's spaced where you want it. And then we're going to take your whatever sharp item you want to poke your hole with. And we're going to poke a hole right on your marks. Some people like to clip their pages together. There's my string. Let's see if we can get these in here. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? I'm used to using a needle. I'm trying to show you how you can do it with nothing. Okay, you might want to go get you a needle. A great big old eyed needle. I use a heavy waxed linen thread also, just because I got it free at a sale. And I'm going to use it till it's gone. I'm trying to show you how you don't have to have all that. Now, I may have to, well, let's just do one page at a time because I don't have this all lined up perfectly. That's fine. Don't be in such a hurry like I am. I don't know why I'm all wound up about this. Just take your time, enjoy your process, do things the way you want them to, crank up your music, use it as therapy. Maybe you've had a bad day, maybe you want to just sit and forget about the world for a minute. Just enjoy it. That is what junk journaling is for me. It's therapy. It's not happening to people if I don't want to. It's just being by myself and playing. Listen, Alexander, if you want to play like a third grader in your art journal, then play like a third grader in your art journal. Okay? Nobody says anybody has to be this perfect Picasso or whatever. This is a time for you. You be you, as Janet Nash would say. There we go. Okay, so there is a signature. Now, I could go on and make another signature if I want. I'm not going to because I only made this for a one signature book. Otherwise, I would have put 2 sets of holes in there. So I'd have one set for each signature. Okay? I just want to show you a few other things. This is a baby wipe that I was cleaning my brush off with. It turned out pretty color. I will fold that in half and I'll make that a page. This is a piece of junk mail out of the mailbox. I will make that a page. This is an envelope. I may take a page, glue, glue that down and make me another little page with a pocket in it and a window. The sky's the limit. You're going to see trash in a whole new way. You can take your envelopes, you can fold them this way and put them in. Okay? You can take your coffee filter and put it in. You can tear your napkins apart, tear the plies apart and glue them on a page and make that part of your journal. You are going to see trash in a whole new way. I just got this in the mail today, a little notepad. I'll probably put those together and have a page. So there is our junk journal that we have made out of trash. Now, let me make just a tag or a pocket to go in a junk journal. And if you want me to, I will, well, no, let's do our cover. My goodness, we don't have a cover on here yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's do this. Let's take an old pillowcase. I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, yeah. All right, so where do we want to cut it? Let me go get my material scissors. Okay, and of course I can't find them because I got a wild hair this weekend. It was nice out and I decided, oh my gosh, I'm moving everything back out into the art room. And now I can't find my material scissors. So we're going to use the pinking shears today. Remember, if you go on YouTube and look up junk journals, well, first of all, you're going to see a lot of people don't use junk. They use a lot of bought stuff. So you will fish through and find who you enjoy watching that does things that the way you can afford it, okay? Then you find those people and you subscribe to them. I will tell you that I can leave a link below to some of mine that I watch that that I enjoy watching that use just what they have. I'm going to show you a tag here in a minute from Miss Moss at Helen at Miss Moss Cottage. She made a tag out of just a paper bag, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute. You could go watch her. And also she does trash, literally trash journals. That is the decorating with trash. And she entitles those Big Trashy, if you want to go to her video and look for that. I want something in there. I want something in the center. What can we put in there? Let's see here. Let me get a magazine. Okay, you can use magazines for a lot of your images. You don't have to go buy images. I'm looking for some color to put behind that. So I'm just going to quickly go through and see if we can find some color. Let's see what it would look like if this was behind it. See, even that would be better. That's it. That's what we're going to use. So I'm going to tear this page out. And I am going to glue it on here. I'm going to use a glue stick. And we're going to put that magazine on here. I want a lot of this green up there. So we'll do that. And rip off down here where my glue ended. Tear off the edges. Wonder if I can, yeah, tear that off. There we go. Okay. Now, let's take our little I just want this kind of hanging over. I don't know why, I just do. I'm going to use real glue for this, not a glue stick, just because I think it'll stay on better. Just going to use my plain old school glue. Whoa, a lot of it. I am going to take an old used up credit card or gift card or hotel key just to smear my glue. You could use a paintbrush, you could use whatever you want. I'm just showing you, this is my free tool that actually is probably one of my favorite tools, because you can also scrape paint with this. You can also take paint and just glop it on and scrape it around. I got a lot of glue on there. I'll take some over here. Okay, let's try to get this on. We got to decide what, yeah, that's the front. Okay, I'm feeling something here. I kind of like these wrinkles, so instead of straightening them out, I think I'm going to make it wrinkly, like that. Okay, you do you. Now, let's see here. Let's put this one. I think I'm just going to make this a regular back because where it folds over, I don't want my flap bending it. So I'm just going to make it just a plain old material. Does that make sense? So that none of it is hanging on the inside of my cover. And I'm going to try to cut my material so it's around this. Actually, I should have bound it after I covered it so I could poke through the material with my string. But that's okay, because you know what? There's no right or wrong way, just what's best for you. There is nothing we can't fix in junk journaling. Now, I want this to be wrinkly also. So I'm going to pull it up the way I want it. Smash it down. Find my little knot. Yeah, I totally should have done that later, but that's okay. I don't care. Now, I'm going to let that dry. And I may leave this, I will leave this hanging over just because I like it. Looking for my pinking shears. Here they are. I hope it didn't mess up my wrinklage. Okay, so this is the way my book's going to go, like this, okay? So there, we just made a junk journal out of absolute nothing. Now, let's make one of Miss Moss's. Tags to go in one of our pockets. Let's see here. Let's make a pocket. Oh, looky here. We have a Polygrip box. Let's make a pocket out of it to put our tag in inside of our book when we're done. There again, you can see so many videos on YouTube on how to make pockets. I'm going to do just one straight across. There's corner pockets, there's double pockets, triple pockets, folded magazine page pockets. You name it, they're out there. I'm going to make one that would fit this tag. So I'm going to just cut it off about right here. And let's, what'd I do? Throw the part away that I wanted to use for my pocket? Why, yes I did. Now, if you were doing a trashy journal, you would just use this as your pocket. You just cut a little divot in up here if you want. No, you don't have to have a punch. You can just cut it with your scissors. But I'm going to cover mine up just because it's fun. Oh man, I kind of like that side too. And we'll make it cute. Let's do a little bit of this coffee filter. Kind of see through that, can't we? And let's do a little bit of this. You know what? This is a 1-ply napkin. How crazy is that? Have you ever seen a 1-ply napkin? I have not. So we know that one's old, don't we? Wow. I'm just going to use a little bit of it for color. I'm going to use my school glue. I'm going to use a paintbrush. I'm going to paint that on. I'm going to put my napkin down on it. And then I'm going to paint lightly back over the top of it because these napkins tear very easily. Okay. Put my paintbrush in my water. Then I'm going to take one of these cute little papers off of here. And let's just fussy cut around what we know is a wiener dog because that's what I have. And let's just put that on there for a little focal point. That is not a great idea because I'm going to use this tag. And I don't know that Errol Flynn is going to want to go in a puppy dog. But you know what? I don't care. This is a junk journal. So let's go for it. I'm going to glue this puppy dog down. Oh, yuck. What is that? You go over the edge of that picture and it just kind of squeegees off your glue stick. Okay, let's put that on there. Well, let's do a little bit of inking around it. What? You don't have any ink? That's okay. All I could find was a highlighter. I'm just going to go around it with a highlighter. See if it smudges a little bit. Maybe you want to go around it with an ink pen. Maybe you want to go around it with, maybe you don't want to go around it at all. I'm going to cut a little tab out up here. A little thumb tab. And then I'm going to go around the rest of it. And I like that it's still kind of wet with the glue because it kind of makes it look smudgy, and I like that smudgy look. And I got my napkin wet, so okay, there is that. Now, let's get our book out. And let's find a page. And let's glue that on there. Now, this does not have a very good spout for gluing, so I am going to cheat and use this tacky glue because it has a pointy end on it. Now, you could sew around these 3 sides if you wanted on your paper. Before you put it all together would be the best time to do that because it's easier to sew when you have your pages out of the book. A lot of people decorate their pages before they ever bind it in. I'm just doing this to you so that you can see how to put a book together using nothing. And then when it's all together, you can go through and decorate it however you want. You can color over these pages. You can glue magazine pictures over them. You can do however you want. Ugh, I just have a whole great big glob of glue right there that I went over my tag. And then when this is dry and it's not, I'll slide my little tag that I could write a note on the back down in there. Now let's go to this tag. How did you make this tag, you say? Well, let me just show you. I'm going to put this over my big glob of glue right here. Go over to Moss Cottage and watch how she did hers. She does it much better than I do. She had a paper bag, and I don't want the end straight on mine, so I'm going to rip it. She just cut a strip of her paper bag out, however big she wanted her tag to be. You can glue it, you can sew it, you can do it however you want. Fold it to the size you want it. I'm going to ink mine before, because this is not going to go clear over to the end when I like that. Look, you could also make that a pocket. You could glue this down and tuck something in there for a pocket. Shall we do that? Let's do that. But since we don't have any glue, since we don't have any ink, let's just use a marker to ink our edges. I'm going to use brown. Nope, that soaks right in. That's all right. That's okay. Let's go over the whole tag like that. I got Happy Mail I want to show you guys, but I did want to get this video out, so I'll try to do another video tomorrow. Okay, so if you don't want to sew this, then you would just glue it. You could either glue it on and make this all one big solid tag like this one is. I'm going to sew it right here and here so this can be a pocket. But first, what I'm going to do, I want to sew around a little patch of white like Miss Moss did for a writing space. I'm going to do that first, because if I fold this over and sew it, it's going to sew the whole thing together. So I'm going to hold this out. I'm going to put my little white space on here. Let's say you don't have any paint yet. Do I have a cheap bottle of paint to show you what you can get at Walmart for 99 cents? Let me get a bottle of paint. Okay, you can go to Walmart and get these cheap paints if you wish. They're only like 99 cents. Or you can use the watercolors if you wish. Or I'm wanting to make a little writing space on the back of mine. This is just plain old copy paper, and I have taken some coffee and put it in a spray bottle and just spritzed it on there and let it dry to make it look old and grungy. Or you can use it plain. You don't have to, make it old and grungy if that's not your style. So I'm just going to put a piece of paper on here, since we'll pretend like I don't have any paint yet. Ooh, I like that side. That's the side I want. We're just going to put that right on there. I'm going to go sew around this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided not to sew this one on because I sewed around my piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one, because I don't want there to be more sew lines going on the other side. So I'm just going to glue it. I'm getting quite a sticky, gluey mess on here. This is an old desk calendar that my husband had. They gave him too many in his office, so he brought me one home, and it's a whole pad on here. And I just laid it on here, and I'm gonna use it for my underpaper. And as I make it yucky and get painty all over it, you know, I'll use that for my junk journal pages. Okay, so we now have a little tag. We want a cute little image on it. So let's go back to our magazine. I just took a magazine picture out of this one and glued it on. Don't have any stamps. Wouldn't it be cute if there was a little stamp down in this corner? Don't have a stamp, so what can we do? Well, let's just draw a little flower. Okay? Bada bing, bada boom. What? You want a little color? That flower's a little boring? Fine. Get out your paints. Paint your little flower. What? It's not perfect? That's right, because I'm not a perfect person. There you go. There's one tag. Oh, we've got another one to decorate. What? It's February, the month of hearts? Okay, let's put a couple hearts down there. I keep forgetting these are water brushes and they've got water in them and I don't need to dip it. There we go. Let's see if we can find something cute in here for the other side on the pocket. Ooh. Past the food section. My goodness. Is this all food? Drive home a dream. I like the word dream. Well, I'm not seeing anything too extremely exciting in this book. Okay, well, here we go, right here. I'm going to put that leaf on there. That tiger's kind of cute too, but I'm just going to put this on there for some color since it's red like the hearts. And I'm going to put that word dream on there. Okay. I like the looks of this leaf skeleton at this one end. And I'm not going to be perfect about cutting it out because I'm basically just wanting it on there for the color. And it makes me happy. So, Alexander, you'll find what makes you happy. And I don't know, it needs something else, doesn't it? Let's tear off. This has got some red on it. Let's put some of this under it so it'll be more cluster-like. Let's put this over here. And then let's put this over here. It's still not over far enough. Like that. Then we'll take this word dream and put it over here. Okay, there we go. We just made a pocket tag. So we can write some cute little thing on here, maybe a quote or what you love about your husband or wife. And we can put another little, well, here, Miss Moss sent me these cute little clusters. We'll just stick those in there for right now. And now it's a tag and a pocket. And this is like Miss Moss's. It's a tag, all made out of a grocery bag. And we can put those in our book. This one here, we can go ahead and put in our pocket that we glued in. So there you go, Alexander. You do not need anything to build yourself a junk journal. Oh, let's see here. I thought I saw a piece of sheet laying down here. This is an old strip of a sheet. I'm going to lay it under here and tie my book closed. Isn't that cute? Now, you've got some beads at home or an old jewelry that you can tear apart and string the beads on here and tie a knot. You have a couple little dingle dangles and you got your own little junk journal that you spent zero money on, and now you can look at your trash in a whole new way. So I will link some people down in my description so that you can go see a few people that also use Trash to Treasure, and go watch them and enjoy your new adventure. Bye-bye from Birdie.